Okay, everybody. So far we got the cap up and it's suspended completely by just kind of straight by two straps, crisscrossed. Crisscross your straps, make sure they can slide a little bit. And they're just these, you can get them at Home Depot, Lowe's, or wherever you want to get them. No copyright stuff, just basic strap. Harbor Freight. I mean, I've just found them on the ground. I didn't want to go get my big straps, but these actually work better because after you put it up there, you can level it off. Like you can crank a little strap here and get this top so it's straight and it's level. And it's not a block and tackle. And then what I did is I took the chains to the side. If you notice the chains to the side up there, I don't know if you can see where the chains are. Oh, it's kind of high. Can you see the chains? Right here. The chains are here. Follow that lead, and they're like to the side. So when you're driving out, you're not hitting the chains against the whole body and scratching everything up. And I would not recommend this for the average guy at home, but they do have setups where they have. I mean, they're expensive, but they're well worth it because this thing is right above my head, and that's the way a block and tackle works. I did repair the block though. It's working nice and smooth now, so we're good there. And after I could drive the Jeep away, then we're going to lower it down onto a tractor, and then we're going to bring the tractor to the back, and then I dump it into, then I put it on some pressure treated wood, and it can sit out there. It's no difference if it was sitting on a Jeep out in the elements or sitting out there in the elements. You can wrap it maybe one day. If I'm going to store these things in the other barn for people, I'll remove it for you and you can enjoy your Jeep. Then you come back. Best way to have it is have a garage. So you drive your Jeep in with no top, drive it away. You know, unless you want to put a soft top on it. You want to put a soft top on it, that's great. You get caught in the rain, then you throw the soft top up. That's even better. But take the hard caps off in the summertime and then put them back in the winter. Or like a lot of people, they just drive around, they get a hard top and they're like, what do I do? Well, what do you do? Where do you put it when you take it off? You know, you got to think like a little ahead of time, a little ahead, you know, instead of behind. So this thing's fully suspended. And what I did is I cheated a little bit. I've done this before. I take a counterweight and I just took a jack. If you notice, there's a gray jack up on top, just a heavy duty gray jack, a hydraulic jack. So all I do is move it around the cap until it sits level. A couple other things is I took the doors off, but I had to spray them last night. Spray the hinges. They haven't been off in a long time. And after you spray them all, then you're going to clean out the cavities on the top. Oh, sorry. The getting sticking here. Clean out the cavities on the right and the top where your pins go through. They might have been off, but it was really stuck on there. So after you're all done, we'll clean this up a little bit before we take it for a ride. Got to throw some mirrors on there because now when you take the doors off, you got no mirrors. So you got to put some mirrors on it. You ain't gonna be able to drive this thing, and it's illegal to drive with no mirrors. You got to be able to see what you're doing, and it's just safety-wise, just put the mirrors on. But this kind of setup, they have many different setups on for Jeeps. They have them where they just go into a garage and there's a cable set up. You put it up, you put it to the side. Make sure you have no kids play underneath it at all. I don't care if it's suspended or not. That's the greatest way to do it at home. If you have a nice garage, back it in, suspend it up in a corner, wherever you set it up, and it stays there. That's it. When you come, then you can strap it down, then you're ready to go. So you can come in and out with those setups. And they also have another setup where it's almost like an engine kind of hoist, cherry picker we would call it. You pull the cherry picker underneath, you jack it up, comes out, and it goes right down. This is more of a historic kind of way of doing it. A lot more dangerous doing a block and tackle. It's what I have. So what I have is what I have. I have a cherry picker over there, you know, it probably goes high enough. The only thing is I don't have enough room. So this is making myself a little easier. So now that this is off, remember, that's two things. You're gonna put the mirrors back in before we even back this out. I'm gonna put the mirrors in, I'm gonna clean up the sides. And another thing is when you take the doors off, remember, now you have a light inside, the dome light is on. Now that's an aftermarket setup. So somehow there might be just a switch. You can switch it off. If you leave that on, you're gonna have a dead battery. You're gonna be driving around with a light on. You're gonna look like an idiot. You could take the bulb out, that'd be the fastest way, and you got no drain on your system. But the best thing to do is it might be using a relay, and a relay is gonna be activated. So if you don't want to drain on your battery constantly, just do it the right way. I'm gonna figure out which way it is. So there's switches on the doors. When you open the door, it's a basic, well, hopefully you didn't fall down. Oh, you didn't fall. So basically, Jeeps have a basic switch right here on the right side. But remember, you got to take this one. You got to either disconnect it from under here, which you really hard to get at. That's right there. You can figure out which wires go where. It's kind of hard. The harness kind of goes in. So the best way to do is find out which wire controls that dome light. So you have a switch on this passenger side and a driver's side. So the best way to do is disconnect that. You probably just pull the fuse, but that's also aftermarket. I don't think that system came here. It looks aftermarket. That roll bar. It's a nice, beautiful radio system on here. This is a beautiful Jeep I set my wife up with, and so we're gonna clean it up and hopefully we'll go for a little ride later. I don't know. It's kind of hot tonight. We might just go out with the other one, but I'm taking it for a ride, test drive it. Now remember, it's gonna be a little lot lighter. This is not a very heavy cap. It's very suspended pretty good. Make sure it's suspended pretty good. Make sure when you drive this out, nothing is gonna bound up. So basically, this is swinging on that block and tackle up there. So you can see it's pretty good. It ain't gonna hit nothing, and it's just a simple crisscross, maybe $10 worth of straps. And when it's all done, I'm just gonna block. I call it block and tackle. It's probably not a block and tackle. I put them on YouTube. I do all these videos on YouTube, and also on Marketplace, Facebook, obviously. Friends, public, anybody can see what I'm doing. So make sure you do it right. Do not rush. And the thing is, I'm taking the caps off because I want to drive them, and then when I sell them, after somebody comes here, I'll say, hey, just leave me a deposit and I'll put the cap back on, and he'll know I'm serious for two reasons. I think these seats go this way, but I want to get it up. I think they do go that way. I hope they do. It's a little easier to get into. These seats are a little different than the YJs, but these are beautiful seats, beautiful interior. It's got airbags in it, Pioneer radio, Pioneer front rear, and it has a kicker. It has an amplifier underneath the seat. I think the only thing you probably could do is you could put a kicker in the back, like a nice box in the back, and just run two leads from your amplifier to that. And then you're going to have one hell of a bang in the system, because when a Jeep is driving down the road, if you don't have a good stereo, you can't hear it enough. So this is going to be a nice one. This one's going for $7,500 right now. I got some more bugs to pick out of it, but if anybody wants it a little cheaper, they can have it. Make me an offer. But I know when it's all done, it's a $7,500 vehicle and all back to stock, and it's going to be very good. It's very pretty clean underneath. It needs a little bit of track bar I got to weld on, or find a bracket. I'd rather put a bracket on there, because that's the rear end is right now, the front differential is a little off, so it's tracking a little off. So I want to make sure that's straight. Everybody's like, oh, it needs an alignment. It doesn't need an alignment. It needs the front differential to find where it's got to go. You need to be stable, and the reason why they do a four link, it kind of goes up and down, more independent, and it's an independent front differential, but it's a solid rear, but it's still independent. It works a little better than the YJs. The YJs are a leaf spring setup. I mean, that's a strong setup. I like that. That's also on the yellow Submarine. That's for sale too. So check it out on Marketplace, Lenny Massey. That one's going for pretty much the same price. I'm down to, I'll take $6,000, but I won't go any less. But if somebody wants it, make a bidding war, because I'm in no rush to sell it. That thing is, frame is perfect. It's perfectly drivable, ready to go. I'm not taking that cap off right now because I got a cap and I can drive this one around. So why? So maybe the price goes up because it's all ready. I just take the plates off. The title is ready. It's clean. Take her away. Have fun with it. Where you get it, then you do this. Take the top off and enjoy it. Don't have the top in the summertime. That sucks. But buy them with a hard top. If you buy them with a hard top, at least you can remove it, use it in the summer, and take it on and off, on and off. It's a little much of a hassle, so if nobody does it professionally that takes it on and off, it's better to do it that way. But if you don't, there are things on, eBay, Marketplace, or anything like that. You can either set up a block and tackle, which is not easy to do. You need a very strong roof you think about that. That's suspended. These are a little lighter, I found out, and you also cannot stand on these. You crack them very easy, so don't do that. The YJs you can stand on. They got thick fiberglass. You ain't cracking no. I can't crack one. At whatever I weigh, 170 now. If I was at 250, we might have. So keep on watching. I'm gonna pull the Jeep out after I put the mirrors on, clean it up. We'll go for a ride later. Keep watching, everybody. Bye.